I'm trying to get my robot vacuum up this 10 centimeter step. As a reference, I placed the dancing bottle from the last video there. And apparently people have built ramps for this before. So it should be possible, but I simply can't get mine to work reliably. So do I just need to build a better ramp? Or should I build an elevator platform for my robot vacuum? Building a ramp makes way more sense. But building an elevator platform sounds way more interesting to me. But I'm trying not to fall into the trap that I fall into quite often, overcomplicating and over-engineering things. As a small side experiment, I tried to make the visuals for this video without using AI. And yeah, that was a bit harder than I expected. I was creating some animations in Tinkercad, and it felt a bit like going back to the 90s. But after the AI discussion that we had, I thought it would be interesting to give it a try. So I'm really curious if this changes the way how you experience this video. I've had robot vacuums for over a few years now, and I'm quite happy with them. Especially with two big dogs in the house. They save me a lot of vacuum and mopping. To be honest, it's mostly the mopping. If you have big dogs, you probably recognize this. With a robot vacuum, it feels like it's full every day. So the rough vacuuming, getting rid of the biggest chunks of dog hair, I still do that with the normal vacuum. But it does save me a lot of work. And because my living room is split level, there's simply one challenge that my vacuum cannot overcome. It's only 10 centimeters different, and it's the only raised part in the entire house. But still, this means that I have to physically carry the vacuum around if I want to clean everywhere. I bought this robot to get as much done automatically as possible. So about a year ago I already experimented a little bit with building a ramp. Apparently people do get this working, and actually I got it working once as well, which made me pretty optimistic. As you can see here, the Eufy can physically drive up the ramp, so that is not really the problem. The problem is navigation. I simply get the Eufy to reliably understand that the ramp is the route between the two levels. And this is something I don't really understand. My robot lawnmower can follow a specific route to connect one area to the other. So why can't I give the same kind of navigation instructions to my vacuum robot? It can already navigate incredibly accurately. And I'm not looking for some complicated GPS solution. It's basically drive 1 meter forward, 20 centimeters to the side, make the turn and drive up the ramp. It should be as simple as that, right? So small request to Eufy and basically every other robot vacuum manufacturer. I don't need to climb upstairs. Just give me those 10 centimeters. That's all I'm asking for. But until then, I just try to hack my way around like I usually do. For now, the ramp is purely an experiment. I first want to know if I can get it working reliable at all. And if it works, I'm actually okay with having that ramp here. Sometimes I value comfort and practicality more than aesthetics. If it saves me a lot of time, I'm okay with it. And if it works, I can always think about building a nicer version later. But I hope now it becomes interesting. At the same time, I was thinking about some other direction, another solution. I saw people experimenting with automatically moving the robot vacuum itself from one floor to another. And although that might sound logical, to me that actually feels like over-engineering. Because the main reference point for the vacuum is its base station. So I thought, why not move the entire base station? That actually felt less complicated to me. For example, in the morning the base station sits at the lower level. The Eufy cleans that part of the house and returns to the dock, like it normally does. Then the whole base station goes up on an elevator platform, rotates towards the raised part of the living room and stays there. In the afternoon, the Eufy starts another cleaning schedule, using the raised area as a separate floor or map, and when it's done, it simply returns to its base station again. So in theory, this could all work completely automatically. And of course, having an elevator platform in the middle of your living room doesn't make sense at all. But hey, if I'm willing to accept having a ramp there, I think the same goes for the elevator platform. It might even take up less space. But that's a whole different question. First, I just want to figure out if this can work at all. So that's basically where I'm at. I have this ramp, it's definitely not pretty, but hey, I can experiment further with it. So if you have any ideas on how I could get the Eufy to navigate this reliably, please let me know. And then there's option 2, putting the entire base on an elevator platform. I haven't started building that at all. It's just an idea at this point, and I'm really curious what you think about that. Should I keep trying with the ramp? Or should I just build the elevator? Or am I completely overlooking a much simpler solution? I just leave the idea for a bit and see what I can come up with, or maybe what comments or interesting ideas that you can give me. It actually feels like a pretty fun project for the winter months when there is less work to do outside. So that's all. I'm really curious about your thoughts. And if you find this experiment interesting, please step in. I really appreciate all the input. This was Forest Guy Build. I'm John and I hope to see you in one of my other projects.